Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yeah, so to start, the community issue I chose was obesity. And I chose that for a few different reasons, but the main reason was because I'm a dietetics major. That means I have some background information on the topic, but focusing more on the nutritional side of things. And it also brought to my attention how big of an issue obesity is in America today. And it made me kind of curious what some of the other causes of obesity are, and made me want to expand my knowledge on the topic and learn more, including how to prevent it and how to hopefully overcome it eventually.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Of course. So, in our group project, we once again focused on the community issue of obesity. However, this time, we decided to focus more on the prevention side of things. And this was a little difficult for us to do because with obesity, it's kind of a complex issue, meaning that there are so many different causes to it, and that's because everybody's body reacts differently to things. And that makes it hard to pinpoint what the exact cause may be, making it even more difficult to figure out how we can prevent that. And so we decided our call to action would be to find what works for you and to continue with that. And then later on in our presentation, we provided some of the more common ways you can prevent obesity, which were eating right and getting your daily amount of exercise each day. We even went further and provided exact examples on ways that you could accomplish both of those each day.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
That's a good question. I think that my team members would say my biggest strength was just my knowledge on the topic. And that's because in our presentation, our two main points were eating right and getting your recommended amount of exercise. And as I stated earlier, I am a dietetics major, so the knowledge that I have on nutrition helped me with the eating right side of things. And then I've always had a passion with working out and staying active, whether it be in sports or just being outside in general and moving around. So I feel like I do have a good amount of knowledge in both areas, and I think my teammates would agree that the knowledge I had helped us in our preparation for our presentation.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
That's a difficult question for me to answer, just because I don't think we really had many challenges with our group. But if I had to pick one thing, I think that our greatest challenge was just finding a time that worked for all of us to get together and work on our presentation. And that's because we all had different schedules, whether it be with jobs or classes, and it just made it a little bit more difficult to find time that worked for all of us. But luckily, we made it work, and it wound up with great results in our presentation.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from COMM 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
I think that the thing that will stick with me the most after taking this class would just simply be the tips I have learned on how to overcome my fear of public speaking. Because prior to this class, I had hated giving speeches. And even during our first presentation, all the way up until and throughout, I was terrified. And that was apparent to anybody who was watching. And since then, I've been able to implement the things I have learned from this class, and I feel like I have progressed significantly as a public speaker, and found that those nerves no longer really affect me and have become much more confident in my public speaking abilities.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Thank you. You take care as well. I hope to hear from you soon.